Anyway, I'm staying at this Indian lodge in Oklahoma, and this looks a lot like my home. It had this same peg and groove ceiling, raw like this. It looked just like this, but in only the living room. And this is the whole place. It's even in the bathroom, which is really nice. But I had this stove. I had a black one that they took from me. I had a black one that I used in San Diego. My mom actually cooked on it, and Christian actually cooked on it. And I have this jump starter that jump starts this car. It has actually done it once, and AAA even uses them. And I bought this for Elizabeth Fry a long time ago. This one right here. Where is it? This pager right here that opens up and has a keyboard in it. I bought this for her birthday years ago when I lived in Kansas, and I had a blue one, and now I've got another one. This one right here that I bought on eBay, on my eBay account. And I have this propane and this saddle soap. And she stole my saddle that I bought on eBay, and I oiled it with saddle soap in that house at 1707 Media Street. This is the Gold Zero that I bought at my mother's house for $300, and they stole my saddle. I bought these in the Hudson Valley, these spurs in the Hudson Valley at Tractor Supply. I bought these wraps that I've used on Jamie when he broke his leg. The vet wrapped him up in these, and I have all these extras just in case for Leslie. And I had a whole box of these in my house in Santa Fe, New Mexico, from eBay. From Amazon that I ordered. I also ordered 2 of these radios. One Sony on Amazon, had delivered to 1707 Media Street, Santa Fe. I bought this at the Hudson Valley, this water purifier. My mother has my one from My Patriot Supply that I had delivered to 1707 Media Street. And I had a lot of My Patriot Supply rice and beans delivered to that address, along with Augustin Farms number 10 cans and Mountain House. And I bought a bunch of gold and silver and had planned on leaving her at some point with that money. And so I put all her stuff outside. I went to the closet, which was much larger, and took all her stuff out of the closet and set it in front of the house. Just laid it all out. Just sweeped it off of the rack and laid it all out in the front of the house like that, and told her to come get it. And she still took all my stuff. So I had a lot of food that I've posted, and she used to take my food to work in glass containers that I used to shop at Costco a lot in San Diego, so we'd had those a lot. And I bought this right here in Oklahoma at a flea market type shop for $5, and bought all this on my EBT card. Everything that I had bought in that house was on my EBT card, and you can see that I have all different kinds of spices. I make cherry limeade drinks out of these. These are I believe in non-GMO everything. I'm a gardener and grew a lot of food on with the rain gutter grow system, and actually drilled it out, stained wood, cut wood, and I have a lot of tools in my van. But I did the whole rain gutter grow system with PVC pipe, and as you can see, there's a lot of tuna fish in here. And I used to grow lettuce from rare seeds in my grow tent, and she'd eat them. Lettuce wraps with tuna, the tuna that I made, and the lettuce that I grew. I have pictures of the lettuce that I grew and all the peppers that I grew, and they're all in that house. I had shade cloth and frost covers. I had a hoop house. I grew currants and raspberries. I had them delivered by Norse Farms and planted them. The weather, I ordered them for the right grow zone, and they didn't make it. They got burnt up, and I even called them and talked to them about it. And they were going to actually send me some more. But I spent a lot of money on that place and went to the feed bin and had straw to keep in the moisture because it was so dry there, and built up the soil a lot. You know, through different fertilizers. Dr. Earth, I bought a 75-pound bag from Amazon and had it delivered to that home for my Amazon account. I have been a member of Amazon and eBay since practically the start. This right here I used to have a big one, and now I just have this small one, and this is from my Amazon account. My mother has my backpack from REI. A blue one that's in a lot of the pictures of me, and this one came from Walmart. This is from REI right here. This nice water bottle. This is Nalgene from REI in Santa Fe. And this is from Dick's Sporting Goods. I got this in the Hudson Valley in New York. And the stove right there is from Amazon too. It was delivered to my mother's house. I bought a fishing pole, and the reel was delivered on my Amazon account. And this fishing pole is from Walmart. And this is Shimano, a Shimano reel from Walmart. It's about $30, and this fishing pole is about $30 too. And then I have a whole tackle box full of stuff. And this was delivered to that home. I had several of these delivered to my mother's home, and have several still. And this for the room right here. And I've used other things like Nature's Miracle. I used to work at Aquarium Stock Company and was the cashier there. And we carried all kinds of dog food and things like that for people's pets. But I was the cashier for 6 years, so that's a lot of dog food and reptile supplies and checking people out. I mean, I've checked a lot of celebrities out. We had a lot of celebrity accounts. I also service aquariums. I had an aquarium and pond service business, and they took my little giant pump, and I ended up buying another little giant pump. I had that one for probably 30 years, and it was still working. I used that to keep the home from flooding and turned it on, and I had buckets too to save the whole backyard that was flooding from so much rain that they had. And I can post videos of the flooding that they had, the severe flooding, and they did not allow flood insurance in that house or in that zone. So it is a severe flood zone. I even dug an area for a French drain and took a video of that, flooded the backyard, and started to put in a French drain, and it flooded to the front of the home and out to the sewer, and that's how it's supposed to be. And my mother knows all this stuff too. I mean, they have severe flooding at her place in by the lake, and they've put in all these drains at her house too. And I use this diatomaceous earth. It's good for chickens. It's also good for dogs. I've cleared her of hookworm by using CBD oil and diatomaceous earth in her food. And I believe you can do this with horses and cure their worms. With these dogs, it is severe, big time hookworms that they get from the track. And the only way that you can cure them naturally, I've tried everything that they sent me, all the poisons that don't work and make them sick. And it's just a continuous cycle, and you have to keep them, a muzzle on them, and keep them from eating their own their own crap, because they'll eat theirs and they'll eat yours and they'll eat whatever. So I have covers. I have 2 muzzle covers that I ordered from another company and had sent to that address. I have them both in my car. I also ordered jackets for them from Chewy's that were like horse blankets. They took both of those. And she still has Maddie. And I'm the one that's from Dallas, Texas. I went to Heritage Christian Academy, Valley View Christian Church. I went to a private school in Dallas, Heritage Christian Academy. And I went to Marsh Middle School and used to ride my 10-speed bike to school. And I also went to W.T. White High School and was in the work program where I only went half a day as a sophomore, and then went to work and had to keep a job the whole time I was in school. And then, finally graduate. And my mother didn't even go to my graduation. My grandmother flew in. My grandmother Scott flew in. And she was going to go to the graduation. They were both going to go to the graduation. And because my mother couldn't find her hairspray, they both missed the graduation. And I went, and because my last name is Wick, it's like, wow, it was a long graduation for me because it was